Wilfredo Antonio Mejia's Audio and Video Works presents the most striking phrases of God for this Christmas in the movie Oh God of 1977 by Wilfredo Antonio Mejia. Necessary clarification and intention of copyright non-violation. Wilfredo Antonio Mejia has taken the most important phrases from this movie without the intention of violating any copyrights at all. This video was created by Wilfredo Antonio Mejia for a free distribution on the internet and any other means of any kind. The playback of this video for commercial purposes without the knowledge of Wilfredo Antonio Mejia and or the authors of the movie in any countries in the world is totally and strictly prohibited. For more information about the use of this video, please email eqsv9999@gmail.com. If you like this video, please click on like on Facebook or YouTube. My Facebook website is www.facebook.com/wilfredo.antonio.mejia. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Brief movie history. Oh God is a 1977 American movie of the comedy genre based on a novel of the same name by Avery Corman and directed by Carl Reiner, which tells the story of Jerry Landers, played by John Denver, an assistant manager of a supermarket. Landers is chosen by God, played by George Burns, to spread his message despite the skepticism of the media, religious authorities, and his own wife, Bobby Landers, played by Terry Garr. Without Jerry being a religious man, he comes across one day with a note in his mailbox giving him an interview with God. Thinking it's a joke, Jerry throws the note into the trash, but that note reappears in other places as if by magic. So Jerry decides to attend the interview, after which God appears to Landers as a friendly old man, and he tells Jerry he has chosen him to be his messenger in this modern world, something like a contemporary Moses. Skeptical at first, Jerry ends up bringing all the message that God has entrusted him, that everything can work with that what he, God, already has given us, planet Earth. However, this brings as a consequence that one of the respectable members of the Theological Society of the United States take Jerry to a lawsuit from which God himself and in person releases Jerry in the most simple and at the same time most wonderful way. Fondly, I dedicate to all of you, my friends of Facebook, YouTube, and others, this video, which I've entitled The Most Striking Phrases of God for this Christmas in the movie Oh God of 1977. Free will. How can you permit all the suffering that goes on the world? How can I permit the suffering? Yes, I don't permit the suffering. You do. Free will. All the choices are yours. Choices? What choices? You can love each other, cherish and nurture each other, or you can kill each other. Incidentally, kill is the word. It's not waste. If I had wanted waste, I would have written, "Thou shalt not waste." You're doing some very funny things with words. You're also turning the sky into mud. I look down. I can't believe the filth. Using the rivers for toilets, poisoning my fishes. You want a miracle? You make a fish from scratch. You can't. You think only God can make a tree? Try coming up with a mackerel. And when the last one's gone, that'll be that. 86 on the fish. Goodbye sky. So long world. Over and out. Young people, did man fall from grace in the Garden of Eden? I'll tell you something that never came out. I made Adam 17. Eve was 15. 16 tops. I figured then 16, 17 was middle age, you know. Who knew people would live so long? Trees I figured had the best chance. Now I realized that they were kids, babies. Young people can't fall from my grace. They're my best things. Which of the world's religions is closest to the divine truth? Which of the world's religions is closest to the divine truth? Write that the divine truth is not in a building or a book or a story. Put down the heart is the temple where all truth resides. Is Jesus Christ the Son of God? Jesus is my son. Buddha is my son. Mohammed, Moses, you. The man who said there was no room at the inn is my son. And so is the man who charged us $11 for a steak in this one. Let's march on.
Why it is so difficult to believe? Why is it so hard for you to believe? Is my physical existence any more improbable than your own? What about all that hoo-ha with the devil a while ago from that movie? Nobody had any problem believing that the devil took over and existed in a little girl. All she had to do was wet the rug, throw up some pea soup, and everybody believed. The devil you could believe, but not God, huh? I work in my own way. I don't get inside little children. They got enough to do just being themselves. Also, I'm not about to go around to every person in the world and say, "Look, it's me, I want to talk to you." So I picked one man. One very good man. I told him God lives. I live. He had trouble believing too in the beginning. I understood. I'm not sure how this whole miracle business started. The idea that anything connected with me has to be a miracle. Personally, I'm sorry that it did. Makes the distance between us even greater. I believe in you. I know how hard it is in these times to have faith. But maybe if you could have the faith to start with, maybe the times will change. You could change them. Think about it. Try. And try not to hurt each other. There's been enough of that. It really gets in the way. I'm a God of very few words, and Jerry's already given you mine. However hopeless, helpless, mixed up and scary it all gets, it can work. If you find it hard to believe in me, maybe it would help you to know that I believe in you. I will be his God, and he shall be my son. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. Write, for these words are true and faithful. It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcomes shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Revelation chapter 21, verses 1 to 7. The special guest at the Christmas party. Before bidding you farewell in this video, I just want to suggest that on Christmas Eve, we have the special guest at our table. Because although many people believe it or not, his second coming is no longer as far away as before. And personally, I do not believe that this 21st century will be over without him being here in his throne already. And the usurper of the throne is in prison. If around us we notice that there is someone with hunger and in a big need, there precisely is that special guest, the birthday boy, for whom Christmas is celebrated. For now, Wilfredo Antonio Mejia and family wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. A big hug for everyone wherever you are.